my reliable and patient Taurus friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Mina, and I'm here to offer you a 3-card reading exploring the themes of you, your path, and your potential. I invite you to consider what the reading reveals about possible challenges, opportunities, and personal growth for the week ahead. Take a deep breath, rest your mind, and let's see what the cards have to share with you today. A Taurus, this week opens with a quiet but persistent tension. It's a hum that sits beneath your everyday. You might sense the weight of tasks that never quite finish, or the subtle ache of wanting your efforts to be seen. There's a longing for your work to mean something, not just to others but to yourself. You may feel that you've been carrying a steady load for some time now, with few breaks and little applause. This isn't about exhaustion, but about a yearning for validation, recognition for the craft and care you pour into each moment. At times, you wonder if the rhythm you keep is noticed, or if the routine has become invisible to those around you. There's a restlessness here, too, bundled with pride. A hope that the days spent tending to details, holding things together, will one day open into something more. Underneath, there's a question that lingers. Is all this effort bringing you closer to something you truly want, or simply keeping you in motion? You sit inside this week shaped by the spirit of the 8 of Pentacles. The feeling isn't one of drudgery but of focused persistence. Your hands are steady, your mind tuned to the work in front of you. There's a satisfaction that comes from seeing progress even if it's incremental. Each small step, each task, conversation, or quiet act of care feels like a brick laid in a wall only you understand the shape of. There's pride here, but it's tempered with humility. You know what it means to show up, even when no one is watching. Yet beneath your diligence is a quiet ache, a subtle worry that the sum of your efforts may not be enough. Sometimes you catch yourself doubting the worth of your routine, or the value of the things you do out of habit. There may be moments when you wonder if you're missing something vital by staying loyal to your way of doing things. This isn't regret, but curiosity tinged with apprehension. There's a sense that you are on the cusp of something, but you can't quite see it yet. You keep going, guided by discipline and a belief that mastery comes from repetition. Still, you crave a sign, a small reward or gesture of encouragement that tells you your path is unfolding as it should. The week's emotional tone is colored by this blend of contentment and longing. There's no urge to rush, just a deep wish to know that what you're building matters. And if you pause, you might notice that your own quiet satisfaction is both your strength and your gentlest vulnerability. From this place of steadfast effort, the path ahead begins to shape itself. The steadiness you carry becomes the very ground that allows new possibilities to emerge. You may notice as the days unfold that your consistent presence draws people in, whether they say it aloud or not. The way you hold space for others, the care you take with your responsibilities, starts to invite connection. This isn't something you force, it happens organically. The inner tension you feel, the desire for recognition and meaning, stirs a gentle shift in your surroundings. Opportunities for celebration, shared accomplishment, or simple moments of joy trickle in. If you listen closely, you'll sense how your inner posture influences the outer world. The path forward is not separate from the energy you bring. It's shaped by it, responding in kind. Even as you move through familiar routines, you may find new meaning in old rituals, or small invitations to join with others in marking progress. The line between solitude and community grows thinner. What began as a personal journey of effort softly becomes a shared experience, opening space for everything you've quietly hoped might find you. Outwardly, the week's unfolding is marked by the steady build-up of momentum. The 4 of Wands makes itself known in the way small successes begin to accumulate. There's a friction here, as the energy you've invested brushes up against the expectations of others. You might feel a subtle pressure to step outside your comfort zone, not because you're being pushed, but because something in you is ready to mark a milestone. There could be invitations to gather, collaborate, or simply pause and appreciate what's been achieved so far. Even if you're not one to seek the spotlight, you sense that it's time to acknowledge progress, however modest. The environment around you becomes more welcoming, a little lighter. Still, this isn't without its challenges. The urge to remain in familiar rhythms may clash with the opportunities to connect or celebrate. You might be tempted to downplay your achievements or retreat into your work. Yet, there's a gentle current pulling you toward recognition, not just from others, but within yourself. It's a week where the boundaries between effort and enjoyment start to blur. The path becomes less about striving and more about allowing yourself to take part in what you've created. The pressures you feel are not overwhelming. They are reminders that every period of diligence deserves a moment of acknowledgement. If you let yourself stay present, you'll notice how much has shifted in small, almost imperceptible ways. The friction is real, but it's the kind that signals growth, not struggle. Each interaction, celebration, or pause is a response to the steady work you've done. The momentum carries you gently toward a place where effort transforms into shared meaning. Potential in this week is not an inevitability. It rests quietly, waiting for you to notice. The possibility for something new, something tangible, emerges only if you choose to be present with all that unfolds. Your conscious engagement with the moments of pause, recognition, and connection will shape what comes next. If you remain hidden behind your tasks, potential stays dormant. If you step forward, even a little, the world subtly reconfigures itself. Growth is not guaranteed, it's invited. The promise of more is real, but only if you meet the week with open eyes and an honest heart. The future doesn't insist, but it quietly asks, what might happen if you let yourself be seen, even for a moment? Here the Ace of Pentacles offers its gentle invitation. It's not a promise of sudden change, but a quiet doorway swinging open. You may sense the outline of a new possibility, a seed, a beginning, a chance to bring something concrete into your life. This could look like a fresh approach to your routines, a new project, or even a different way of valuing your own efforts. The invitation is simple. What you have nurtured through steady attention is now ready to take root in a new way. There's an energy of grounded potential, the kind that only appears when patience meets opportunity. It's not about abandoning what you know, but about letting the fruits of your effort come into the light. Growth here is subtle, almost understated. It doesn't shout, it simply arrives, waiting to be noticed. The invitation is to trust that your care and diligence have prepared the ground for something meaningful. This is a week where small beginnings matter. If you choose to honor what's emerging, you may find a sense of fulfillment that goes beyond recognition. The air is thick with possibility, but it requires your gentle attention. There's no demand to leap, only to notice what is quietly growing at your feet. Stepping back, the week reveals itself as a gentle arc. Your steady effort, the Eight of Pentacles, forms the foundation, shaping not just what you do but how you feel about yourself. This diligence creates an opening, an invitation to connect, to celebrate, to let your work be seen and shared, the Four of Wands. And when you meet that moment consciously, with presence and honesty, new possibilities begin to take shape, the Ace of Pentacles. The thread that runs through each card is one of quiet strength. There's no need for grand gestures or declarations. The progress you make is real, even if it looks small from the outside. In the end, the week is less about achieving something specific and more about recognizing the value of what you already do. Effort, when honored, becomes its own reward, and from that place of quiet satisfaction, new doors begin to open. You are not alone in your journey, even when silence surrounds you. The world notices more than you think. Let this week be a gentle reminder. Your work matters, your presence matters, and the things you build, no matter how humble, form the ground beneath your feet. There is no rush. Each moment is enough. Actionable insights for Taurus this week. Try giving yourself credit for something small you've done well today. Let yourself enjoy a moment of shared laughter or accomplishment, even if it feels unfamiliar. Notice how your efforts shape the mood of your space, and see what happens if you pause to appreciate it. Spoken word affirmations to repeat aloud for a more positive mindset. I am steady in what I offer. I notice the value in my smallest steps. I let others see my care. This week I am enough. And now, dear friend, I thank you for giving me your time. I truly hope I have given you something helpful in return. Goodbye and good luck until next time.